Hello, I am Randy, and welcome back to an updated cubic deck profile. So let's just get right into it. We have your three Dirges, basically foolish brittle goods of the deck. Sends a cubic spell card or trap card from your deck to the graveyard. Start your combos, go off, must off at 3. Cubic sucked playing, let's see, without him, but now that we have him, it's good. 3 Crimson Novas. Now this guy is your boss monster. He is basically reveal 3 different cubic cards with different names. Special summon them. Simple. Say it can attack twice. If you destroys a monster, you can attack again. Can't be affected by monster effects whose attack is 3,000 or less. And he burns for 3,000 at the end of the turn, both you and your opponent. So he pushes your OTKs big time. Basically, he's doing damage, then doing damage at the end. Your Vision, he basically is a sponge. He can sit there and just take hits because he can't be destroyed by battle. And he also is good for tributing off for your other cubics and for spell effects and trap effects as well. It's nice to have him there because he's always nice just to sit on in defense mode and while you're hoping for a combo piece to come through. Summoner Monk, he's basically here to summon your Dirja if you don't have him in hand. So you rock tons of spell cards, and we don't mind if we send some spell cards to the graveyard. It's great. The other cubics, we have Buster Gundle, 3 cubics. He comes out as a 3,000 beater. He can attack 3 times. If he's destroyed by a spell or trap or monster effect or by battle, he can special summon 3 cubics right back from the graveyard, and he can add 1 cubic monster from your deck or graveyard back to your hand. So basically, he can make himself float, add him back to your hand, special summon him right back out, easy as can be. Then also Blade Garudia, just for the name, basically. I mean, he can attack twice if you want to bring him out. Only takes 2. He's pretty cool. Dorian Doomvolt, he's nice because he has Buster Gundle's effect, where if he gets blown up and killed, basically he can special summon 3 cubics and also search 1 from the deck or graveyard. Basically, he's just in here for the name. Vulcan, strictly for the name. I have no interest in even summoning him. He's just in here for the name for Crimson Nova. Next, you got your 2 Gira Giles. I like him because he's a 1 tribute. He burns for 800 when he comes out. Basically, so you get that little extra burn damage and go for game, basically. Phantom Chaos, great. You banish 1 monster from your graveyard. He takes the name, effect, and attack of it. He basically is your 4th Dirja, your 4th Vijam, your 4th Crimson Nova. Love it. Then 1 BLS, because he's another double attacker like your Crimson Nova, and he can banish banish monsters over him. And also, you rock tons of light and dark in this deck. Well, most of the deck is light and dark, so you can summon him out fairly easily. Your spell cards, you got your 3 Karmas. Simple. If you know cubics, you know what this thing does. If you don't, basically, you can boost one of your cubics up by 24 by sending V-Joms to the grave. And also, when it's in the graveyard, you can banish it to add a cubic monster from your deck to your hand, which is the majority of the time effect you're going to be going into it. Your Cubic Wave, this card catches some people off guard. Basically, you double one of your cubic monsters' attack, then half one of your opponents going for more. You basically push more OTKs with this thing, which is great. I mean, it has a cool graveyard effect where you can put cubic counters on opponent's monsters so they can't attack and use their effects, which is pretty good. Then, as I said in my last one, if I could rock 3, I would rock 3, and now I have 3. 3 Foolish Burial Goods. Nothing to say about this card. Send 1 spell tracker to the grave. Most of the time, you want to send your cubic karma right to the grave. Use a search effect if you don't get your Dirja. Then you get your little spicy tech cards right here. You got your Forbidden Lances. Basically just for your Crimson Nova, because Crimson Nova already can't be affected by monster effects. Basically, now you have him. Makes him, I'll say immune to spell and trap cards. I mean, yeah, he takes an 800 attack point difference, but saves them if he's trying to get fucked up by a spell or trap card. 1 Dark Hole and 1 Lightning Vortex to blow some shit up, because screw it, is to say if you can, why wouldn't you? MST and a Mist Twin Twister. I would just use 2 Twin Twisters. I only have 1 right now, so basically you want to do 2 Twin Twisters, go for it, but right now I just have MST in its place. So 2 Twin Twisters for your back row removal. This back row, this deck don't like it. Then for your draw power, 2 Allure of Darknesses, because you rock basically over half the deck is light, not light, but dark in this case, so basically you have a good chance of drawing that dark monster. You need 2 to actually discard him, which is always nice. 2 Allure of Darknesses. Now we're going to go to the trap cards. 3 unifications, because it's also one of your targets for sending to the graveyard. Special summons a level 4 or a lower cubic monster from your deck if one of your cubics are removed from the field, which is always like a good backup plan to go on. And also its other effect is you can fuse out to get this big son of a bitch out. But most of the time you just want it for the recovery effect of special summon a cubic. Then, of course, you got your 2 barrel behind the doors. I mean, it sends that 3,000 that you would take from your Crimson Nova right back to your opponent. So instead of, say burning your opponent for, say, 3,000, so they take a 6,000 slam, which is a lot of damage coming from just one effect in one turn. Now we're going to go to the extra deck here. As I said, your Crimson Trinity. Say you rarely go into him, but basically if you do go into him, basically you're just going to push your OTK and basically just push for game, because at the time he comes out, you're already going to win the game anyway. When we have your level 4 Exceed monsters, we have Trapeze, Magician, Masquerade, Utopia. If you have Lightning, throw him in as well, because why not? Symphony de Jin, Castell, and Dark Rebellion for another just bigger. These guys are just to get rid of your big opponent's monsters, put them in defense mode, just push over them easier. Then we got your level 10 Exceeds, you got your Trains, you got your Super Dora, and your Gustav Max. Mostly you're going to be going to your Gustav Max because he can finish up opponents, because say detach, burn them for 2,000, hit them for game. Then we got your Ravaged Tarantula, your Pain Gainer, and your 7 Sins. These cards are cool to go into. Basically, just work your way up to a 4,000 beater. Plus, they can clear a board for you too at the same time, which is nice. I mean, it's just a cool little card you can go into. I mean, you don't have to. I say most of the times you just go into Gustav Max to get that burn damage, but I mean they're pretty cool to go into, and plus they're pretty cool cards, honestly. Now we're gonna go into this extra deck. This extra deck is just what is meta at this relevant at this point in ban list, because we know we're all still waiting for a ban list. Well, first we got the reason why True Draco's a pain in the ass. I say one of the reasons, you got a mono Owato. Comes out, no monster effects. Simple. Fuck you. You're saying to your opponent. 2 more Phantom of Chaos. I like this card. I like its effect. It's pretty badass. Copying anything in the graveyard. Exile the Wicked. A couple of people I play at locals, they do rock some DDD decks, so I have him for those occasions. System Downs for people who want to teach you the ABC, so basically stop them in their tracks. 2 Wavering Knives from those Pendulum Bastards, because you know they don't go away. So basically you get your counter method against them. Upstart for more draw power if you think you're going to need it, especially if you're going to go, let's say, second or first. I mean, it's a good card. Then the game winner sometimes is Bottomless Trap Hole, especially for those big board decks that want to make their huge big board and bring out like 6 negates, stuff like that. This basically, you can stop that from even happening. And this card's won me a couple duels that way. Then also for those big summon decks, those big board decks, you got your summon gate and your summon limit. Basically stops them in the track, saying no to them. I mean, they're pretty cool unless they got to out for them, but it pretty much stops them in the track, which is always nice. Put the stops on those big summon decks like that. But that has been the updated Cubic deck. I changed a few things about it. I took a couple cards out. I limited some cards down. But mostly it's the same style of Cubic stuff. You're going for your OTKs. You want to get those wins. You gotta get as much damage as you want. But thank you guys for watching. And until my next video, hope you guys have an awesome day. And bye-bye.